Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video where I want to be talking about keep, hold, drop decisions. I know these are decisions that you always faced with in the organization. You want to, this is exactly the opposite of investment decision because here you disinvesting, sorry. So basically that is what you're looking at with the keep or drop decision. You're faced with the decision of whether to keep a product that is selling at a loss, a department or a segment that is operating at a loss. So you need to decide as an organization, should we keep this department or should we drop it? So basically that is what we're going to be looking at in this video. So allow me to share with you what we're going to be looking at today. Let's dive in. So there are generally some 4 steps that you follow if you wanna evaluate if to keep or drop a segment, a product, a loss-making division. And the first thing that you need to evaluate is the marginal cost of the project or the product and the marginal revenue. We know if the marginal costs are more than the marginal revenue, the product or the segment or the department is operating at a loss. So you need to evaluate if you need to keep it or you need to drop it. And there are some 4 steps that I'm recommending that you follow for this kind of decisions. The first step that you need to identify the fixed costs that will be eliminated by the disinvestment decision. For example, let's say insurance on the equipment that we're using to produce the product. So we won't need the equipment anymore if we are disinvesting on, we're stopping that product. The other step is you need to determine the revenue needed to justify the continuing of the operation. You need to know the revenue that will be generated by continuing operating the product, producing the product, operating the segment or the department. You need to establish the opportunity cost of this investment. For example, the salvage value. We are selling the equipment, so how much are we able to get as the salvage value from this investment of a product, a department, or a segment. Another thing, you need to determine the carrying value, the value that you're recording in the books, especially for fixed asset. Is it equal to economic value? If not, it should be reevaluated using fair value. So I'm going to be looking at an example. As I said, when you do something practically, you're able to comprehend it more. So it's good to we look at an example to be able to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I have an example where we're gonna be looking at some 3 products. This organization has some 3 products: your product X, product Y, and product Z. We have the sales values, the fixed cost, the variable cost, and the net profit. And from the figures that I'm displaying, you can see products X. We're selling at a loss, a negative $50,000. The sales are $500,000, fixed cost $250. The variable cost $250 and the fixed cost $350. So by just looking at these product X, we're making losses. The marginal costs are more than the marginal revenue. And from this example, by just eliminating product X, 50% of the fixed costs will be eliminated. So we need to evaluate as an organization, once we eliminate product X, are we better placed as an organization, or are we better placed by continuing producing and selling product X at a loss? So that is basically what we're going to be looking at. So let's move on. We look at eliminating product X, and by eliminating product X, it will mean that the sales values will be 0, the variable cost will be 0, but 50% of the fixed cost, that is 150,000, is gonna remain, because the statement is eliminating product X will cause a 50% of the fixed cost to be eliminated. So 50% is gonna be eliminated and 50% is gonna remain. So let's look at that. So the sales for product X will be 0, the variable cost will be 0, fixed cost 150. What remains, because 50% is being eliminated and 50% remains. And the net profit will be a negative 150. So by eliminating product X, we assume first the sales and the fixed cost of product Y and Z are gonna remain the same. So that is the first assumption. But we need to evaluate and take into consideration more factors for the evaluation process. So total sales will be 1.8 million for product Y and Z. Product X is 0. Variable cost, the total is 700,000. Fixed cost, 50% for product X remains. So total will be 108. So net profit for the products will be 300. So that is if we eliminate product X. If we eliminate product X, our total net profit is 300,000. So if we eliminate product X, our total net profit is 300,000. With the 3 products, before eliminating product X, the organization's total net profit was 400,000. So by eliminating product X as an organization, our net profit is gonna go down by $100,000. So we are worse off as an organization by eliminating product X. Another example that I'm gonna look at, the same example but with different factors, whereby 50% of the fixed costs will be eliminated. Then there is by eliminating product X, it's gonna cause a 10% decline in sales for product Y and Z. So we need to evaluate and know if we as an organization, we are better off or we are worse off by eliminating product X. So the sales for product Y is 800,000. So it means the sales will be 90%. So you take 800 times 90%, that will give you 720. We know variable costs are directly related to sales. So variable cost will also go down by 10%. So 90% of 300,000, that comes to 270,000. Fixed costs are going to remain the same for product Y. So our net profit for product Y is 150. Same thing for we do for product Z. 90% of the sales, that is 900,000. 400,000 times 0.9, that gives us 360. Fixed cost remain the same. So net profit for product Z is 190. Then the totals are here. So total sales is $1.620,000. Variable cost, 630. Fixed cost, including the 50% for product Z, that remains 800,000. So net profit will be 190,000. So by eliminating product X, where there is a 10% decline in sales for product Y and C, and a 50% of the fixed cost for product X are eliminated, the total profit that the organization is gonna achieve is 190,000. So as an organization, before, when we were selling all the products, we were making 400,000. Now we are making 190 by eliminating product X. So what I can say for this organization, the best thing is to continue selling product X at a loss, because they are better placed with product X than eliminating this product X. So that is how you evaluate, you take into consideration different factors that are gonna affect the sales. So you evaluate what is gonna happen to the sales by eliminating one product, eliminating one department, what is gonna happen to the fixed cost, what is gonna happen to the sales of the other product or the sales of other departments. So you need to critically look at the figures before you decide to eliminate, to get away with a loss-making department, a product, to make sure that once you've made the decision as an organization, you're better placed. So it's very, very important you critically analyze and look at the figures before you make that decision. Because we know at the end of the day, as an organization, we need to be posting better figures. We need to make sure that the organization is better off in terms of profitability. So basically, that is how you look at keep, hold, drop decision. And I hope you've learned something new from this video. So thank you for your time. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. I don't take this for granted. Be blessed. Please consider subscribing, comment, and share to my video. Thank you. You are the best.